such a disposable society. Everybody's just buys some crap off of Amazon, and then after they're done with the camping, they just leave everything here at the campsite. There's clothing, there's inner tubes, there's paddles down here. Well, at least they're not in the water, I guess. Oh, there's more over here. A little unnecessary. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Henry. I'm glad I am at the quiet dock right now. This is Cat Lake. You can hear the noise. There's a dock there, and there's a dock there. And yeah, well, there's somebody swimming in the water as well too. Okay, for people who are familiar with the channel, the last 2 times that I dove from this dock, what I did is I took my scooter and I ran it on the surface to that dock, descended down that dock. Last video I found, the last time I was here, when I did that, I found a drone over there immediately and a cell phone underneath the dock that I'm standing on. So the plan is, instead of going out on the surface, I'm going to go out at 25 feet underwater, so I can pick up the trash on the way there, and then go down to 45 to 55 feet and come along here, and then I'll be able to pick up trash at 2 different tiers in the water. So anyway, that's the plan. Yeah, hopefully it won't be an issue with the swimmers over there. Whatever. Okay, see you guys in the water, guys. All right, so this dive here, as you remember, I mentioned earlier, the plan is to drop in and then scooter towards the far dock at 25 feet and then come back like 45 to 55 feet or so. So when I dropped in, immediately saw some garbage underneath the dock that I was at, and I wasn't overly concerned about picking things up because I knew that I'm just going to move forward and I'll come back to this dock at the very end anyway. So scootering along, and I saw some trash right away and picked those up because I know that I wasn't going to come back to this area. You can see a lot of wood debris in the water here, and this is what sometimes when people reach out to me to ask about volunteering for diving with very little experience, all of this wood debris, and what you see on the bottom is actually above me as well. And obviously I don't have a camera mounted facing upwards, but there's actually quite a bit of logs above me, and that's where you're going to run into entanglement issues, because if you have emergency ascent, you're going to run into a log, like for example this one right here. So I'm reaching underneath it to grab logs, or grab beer cans. Sometimes with the slippery metal can and my gloves there. I thought it was really funny that I found this. It's not often I find little, is it champagne or sparkling wine, whatever that is. And yeah, I don't find that very often. And here's my first pair of sunglasses. This turned out to be quite a bit of sunglasses dive, actually. So a little mask there that's been there for a long time. You can see the tannic staining on that. More sunglasses. Adding to my sunglasses collection, actually. So a few of these were keepers, but not many of them. Ended up giving away a couple of pairs to the camp host that had given me the key to or unlocked the gate to give me access. So you can see here at the bottom here, the lake bottom looks a little bit different. When I hit this gravel spot underwater, I know I'm just on the right side of that dock that I want to get to. And swam around a little bit, picked up some beer cans, and then I found a drone. And this drone literally was pretty much sitting in the same spot that the last time I found a drone underneath this dock. Anyway, picked up everything I could, and then it was time to scooter on back towards my starting dock. And of course, as you can see here, I'm dropping down a little bit deeper. I'm 50 feet now. The plan was 45 to 55 feet, so I think I was pretty good with sticking to my plan. Ran into this giant black monolith under the water. It was just it was like the weirdest thing. I was like, what is that? And then I realized as soon as I touched it, it was actually such a large garbage bag. Pretty sure it just blew into the water. So there we are, scootering back and picking up some beer cans and whatever else. It wasn't very much actually in that little weed section. So now I'm back underneath my starting dock again, and more sunglasses. I'm kind of focusing on really picking up this area. You can see here, picking up quite a few pairs of sunglasses. Some of those were full write-offs. And I found an Apro about 15 feet away from the dock. Yeah, I've always wanted to taste that, or in the sense of like, I have no idea what that tastes like. So here we are. Found one of those, and I did a tasting. If you want to see that particular video, you will have to go to my TikTok, which is linked in the description below. And that's, I believe that might have been my very first Fitbit. I did find out that wasn't quite a Fitbit. It was actually like one of those Amazon specials, $35. Wasn't even worth recovering. Ended up recycling it. Here I am doing my juggling act, picking up more sunglasses. Man, there's a lot of trash under this dock, considering I literally just cleaned this earlier. So I'm pretty much at the end of my dive now, bringing out the trash to load it up onto the dock. And I did spot a couple of beer cans underneath the dock, right at the shoreline. I got a guy that to hold my camera, just to film me underneath the dock, but unfortunately I don't know what button he pushed. So here's some still photos of me getting trash out. Man, that was a fun dive. I got down to 450 psi of air, so I used up everything, which is what I expected, because I scooted out under the water versus on the surface, not using any air at all. So I used up a decent amount, and I started a low tank as well too. I checked my tank pressure at the beginning of the dive. It was like 2,800 psi. So anyway, and it should be 3,500 psi. So scooted underwater, and I got to the corner where I knew the other dock is, just because I'm very familiar with it. In fact, there's a fairly large log. That's where I found that the plastic bucket full of more than likely pet ashes last time. So I knew where I was, and I was like, oh, you know what? It's too bad there's nothing really cool here. And I just about to turn to go, and I go, you know what? I'm just going to have a look at the far end of underneath that dog. And sure enough, I found that drone. Just not that far away from the last time I found a drone, which is pretty funny. Anyway, it looked pretty new, just because I know that I was here not that long ago, and found the other drone. So this is actually a fresh drone within the last couple of months or so. All right, and then a scooter back underneath. Not as much trash as I thought there would be. But I did find that one Apro, the swamp beer. Always wanted to find one of those to taste it, so that'd be fun. All right, let me get out of this and I'll show you what I got. Okay, 4 pounds. And this one is 14. And the last one's light because this is that giant garbage bag. 3.5 pounds. I think this is the one with the drone in it, actually. Maybe. Lots of sunglasses today, which is very expected. Oh, and I found my first Fitbit this dive. Don't think, I may or may not have found one before. I don't remember, actually. It was so weird when I saw this garbage bag. I had no idea what it was. It just looked like this giant monolith underwater. Okay, here's the pile. Let me sort the stuff out here and show you what we got. All right, here we go. That's the stuff that we got. There is the garbage bag that obviously got blown into the water by accident. Got, I think it's 39 beer cans. Got some bottles. Got the one swamp beer here. Always wanted to taste that because I'm kind of curious, but I didn't want to spend the money buying it. Got quite a few sunglasses. Got some vapes and lighters. Got some chew toys. Got a pair of men's underwear that's been there for a very long time, and Fitbit and drone. I shall go and figure out who owns that. Well, there we go. Thank you so much, my Patreon supporters. Another one done, and Cat Lake is never disappoints in the sense of how much trash there is. I mean, just look at the, oh geez, I forgot about this stuff that I left up here. That's the camp operator. Okay, so I'm gonna pack up. Oh, I gotta document everything, and then I'm out of here. Thanks, guys. See you guys in the next one.